Could it be true that the NFL is colluded against SHEDEUR Sanders in the draft? It won't be the first time. Let's go.
What is free will? Definition. Free will is the ability to make choices that are not predetermined by prior causes or external forces. Core idea. It implies that individuals have the power to initiate actions and be the ultimate source of their decisions. And with that said, you now have free will.
All right, what's up with y'all, man? I'm back with some more SHEDEUR news. It seemed like they saying, well, Eric Dickerson, he's saying something about the NFL was he's kind of alluding to the collusion in the NFL. So let's take a look at what he said.
Eric Dickerson was on a radio show, Fred Rogan and Rodney Peete on AM 570, and had this to say about SHEDEUR Sanders.
I'll tell you this much here, what I heard from someone that's in the NFL, that the NFL told others, don't draft him. Do not draft him. We're gonna make an example out of him. And this came from a very good source. Very good source. And he said that, I won't say who, somebody called the Cleveland Browns, said, don't do that. Draft him.
Really?
Yep, draft him. Don't do that. They weren't gonna draft him either. They weren't gonna draft him.
Your thoughts, Albert?
Yeah, I always think these sorts of conspiracies are a little overdone. I don't think there's any conspiracy here. I think it's relatively simple what happened. I think the great majority of NFL teams did not view him as a first-round prospect, contrary to what had been out there for the year previous. And then I think what happens is once you get past the first round, you look at the history over the years, not a lot of quarterbacks go in the second or third rounds. It's just the reality of it, like that most teams look at it like if there's a guy who's going to be our long-term answer at the position, we just take him in the first round. And if a guy's not going to be your long-term answer at the position, then you probably aren't going to take him in the second or third round because you're going to be looking for a long-term answer at another position with those picks. So the fate of SHEDEUR Sanders, I think he fell out of the first round for football reasons. I think he kept falling for everything else, right? Like for the fact that most coaches look at their backup quarterbacks and say, I want you to blend in with the furniture. I don't want to notice that you're even here. You know, that's the way, for better or worse, most teams approach the quarterback position, which I think to some degree short-circuited the careers of guys like Tim Tebow and Colin Kaepernick. So
See, now I gotta stop you there. That's not what short-circuited. I mean, I guess you could say that's what short-circuited Colin Kaepernick. But they literally colluded against him. Colin Kaepernick, when he did the whole kneeling thing, he was 28 years old. And he was still the starting quarterback for the 49ers. Then after he knelt like that, he never played another snap in the football league, in the NFL. But people will tell you that he wasn't good no more. But he was 28 years old, bro. Like, the NFL is still, like, let's keep it real. The NFL is still racist. They just are. We just now recently got to the point where, and low-key it still kind of happened recently, but with Lamar Jackson, but where black quarterbacks is even considered. Like, it's like, okay, well, we just got to the point where they won't try to make them a receiver or a running back or something like that because they're too athletic to be a quarterback. So I don't know what he's talking about. He acting like it's conspiracy theory overblown, all that stuff. Like, dude, come on, man. Like, the NFL done did it before. So let's not act like that. You know what I'm saying? My thing is this though with Shedeur. It's hard to like. It's like, what do you believe when it comes to Shedeur? Because apparently they said in the draft process, he was slacking. Like he was going in there acting like he didn't care. You know what I'm saying? And he was blowing teams off because he thought the Browns was gonna pick him at number 2. From what what the stories say. So, I mean, if that's true, okay, I get why he dropped it in the draft. You know what I'm saying? If that's true. But the thing is, we don't know what's really the truth. Shedeur ain't coming out speaking out against it, but he really can't speak out against it if it is like false. You know what I'm saying? Because he's trying to, preserve his spot in the NFL. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I think I can't see somebody calling the Browns. So I believe what ED said, and then I don't believe that, but that part of it. It's like, so somebody called the Browns and told the Browns to draft Shedeur? I don't know about that one. But like I said, they was always linked to Shedeur anyway. So this situation is just weird, man. I mean, but like I say, it ain't like the NFL wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Because Shedeur is a black quarterback. For some reason, they don't like Deion. Again, I don't know what Deion ever did. They don't like, well, other than be flashy. I don't know what he did. So yeah. Like I said, man, it ain't no telling, man. Like, it ain't like the NFL ain't good for it. It's all about what you believe with Shedeur. I don't know if Shedeur did what they said he did pre-draft. I don't know if he was just in there blowing people off, acting like he was too good or acting like he was. Because again, they really thought, it seemed like him and his camp thought they was gonna get drafted number 2 with the Browns. So the Browns was already connected to him. So when ED say, when he say somebody called the Browns and told him to draft him, like I said, I don't know, man. But ED, he a Hall of Famer. He been in the NFL, so I mean, he might know what he's talking about. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But as far as collusion go, yeah, I wouldn't put it past the NFL. I just wouldn't. He's a young black man, a young flashy black man whose father played in the NFL. Like, I mean, come on, like. But I don't know why they don't like Deion. Because it started with Deion. Well, I do know because he's flashy. He's a flashy black dude. So, but as far as Shedeur don't really do much. Shedeur is not. He ain't nearly as flashy as Deion was. So I feel like it's more Deion than him because Deion used to. But Deion was just, he was just a spectacle. But he ain't been playing. He ain't played. He played his last snap of football, in the early 2000s? Like, so I don't know, man. It's crazy. But, yeah. I'm gonna leave it there, man. 'Cause like I say, I don't know. But I would not put it past the NFL to do something like that. So, let me know y'all thoughts. Hey, like and subscribe, man. Like, come on, man. I'm trying to get my subscribers up, so if you like the video, man. But other than that, I'm gone, man.